So you've now decided to start a YouTube channel and you're thinking, well, where do I begin? And I definitely know that feeling because it can be so overwhelming with all the advice out there. I'm speaking as a beginner YouTuber and I've only been on YouTube for 3 months. But I want to help you start your YouTube channel without overthinking it too much. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is your niche. And there is so much advice out there that before even starting a YouTube channel, you should know exactly who or what your niche is. This particular point stopped me from starting my YouTube channel for quite a while because I had no idea who my niche was. So instead of having to know exactly who your niche is, I would see it as knowing who you were talking to is the most important thing. So when I thought about this and I was like, right, I don't really know what kind of niche I want to target, or what my channel is going to be about. But then I had to really think about who am I actually speaking to? Who would I like this video to be for? Like, who am I aiming this for? And when I started to actually envision that person, and for me it was someone just like myself who had wanted to start a YouTube channel for many, many years, but had so much fear, anxiety, overthinking, fear of failure, like everything. And they just never actually managed to start the channel and just press record. So I had that person in mind. I didn't necessarily think or have an idea of the exact niche and who, what that niche looked like. I just kind of took a moment to pause and just think about who I actually wanted this video to be for and who I wanted to target it and what kind of audience I thought it could be for. I think how I managed to break this down was I had thought of the exact person. So the type of age they were. For my channel, for me, I was thinking, it would be someone over the age of 30, and what they would be into, what their life would look like at this stage. And then it really gave me an idea of who the video was going to be for, and it made it a lot more easier actually coming up with the video idea and just pressing record in the end and just recording it. So yeah, not getting too caught up on the niche. And I know there's so much advice out there though, and there's a lot of people and a lot of bigger YouTubers who really say you have to know exactly what your niche is before even starting your channel. Give it a go and just envision that one person who you want to speak to. That's it. And it kind of makes it feel a little bit less overwhelming. Okay, so the next thing I wish I could tell myself when I first started this YouTube journey was that the first few months is only going to be about learning. That's it. Your first few videos, especially your first few videos, they are very unlikely to go viral. And I mean that with like all the love in the world, but I remember when I was doing these videos and I thought, oh my, there might be 1,000+ people looking at this video, especially my first ones. And I had that real delusion where I was like, oh, but this is just what happens. I hear about it all the time where people monetize in a week. And I think having been so delusional was actually a really, really bad thing, because it's put so much unnecessary pressure on myself where I thought I had to try and make things perfect, when actually the reality of it is no one even watches your first few videos. It's literally there just for practice. So lowering that expectation or any expectations of your first few videos might help you. It definitely it would have helped me if someone had told me that, and that's why I just want to say it to you. I'm still a beginner myself, but especially just to get you going and to start your channel, I would say have really low expectations of your first few videos, especially your first few videos. And then if it's a bonus if you get hundreds of views, it's an absolute bonus. But if you don't, then at least you're not having that extra pressure on yourself, and just see it as it's just a bit of practice talking in front of the camera, practice getting to know who your viewer is going to, who it is, and it's just the practice stage. I've actually just gone to edit this video and I just realised like the last bit completely cut off. So I'm just gonna roll with it and continue. So the thing that we do get told as someone who's just about to start a YouTube channel, and I've seen a lot of YouTube gurus put it out there that you need around about like 100 video ideas before getting started, or you need some kind of like strategy before starting. I consumed all of those videos before starting a YouTube channel, and I got so consumed and just so overwhelmed with it all that I was just like, I can't start because I don't actually know what I want to film and what I want to do. So what I would suggest, if you are stuck right at this point where you've seen these videos that say that you need to have all of these video ideas, I literally would just pick one. I would start off with just one video idea, and that will get you going. The most important thing that I feel that got me stuck was like all of these different things, and the main thing I needed to do was literally just start. So just literally record my first video and then just get going, and that would have started, and I could have done this a long time ago if I hadn't been so caught up with all of this advice that's out there on YouTube. I think at this point it's really good to mention that your first video doesn't actually represent your whole channel. So your first few videos that you do, maybe even the first, 10 that you do, if you're still trying to find yourself and find what your channel is about, just remember those videos don't have to actually be what your channel is all about, because I think then it just takes off that pressure, and then and that's just like another thing stopping you from starting your channel. So if that's something that you're feeling a lot of pressure about, having to have your niche and all of these things figured out, I literally would just pick one idea and just go with it. And the most important thing is learning from that video upload and literally just doing it, like getting it out there. And then once you've got all of these things figured out, then it's obviously the practical thing. So it's getting having your phone all ready and getting a tripod. You don't need a fancy mic, but I would suggest some kind of mic. If you were going to invest anything, I would try and buy a mic. I think it does help. But to be honest with you, even that is one thing that you don't absolutely need. You can just use your audio that comes from obviously your phone, but I would say if that's the only thing that you would actually buy, it would be a tripod, because it just helps with everything, and a mic if you can, but it doesn't have to be anything fancy. It could just be like a cheapy mic, and just get going. And as a beginner, I really would have wanted someone to have told me all of these things, before starting my YouTube channel. I think it would have taken the pressure off starting a channel, and I wouldn't have been so consumed and caught up with all of these things that I thought I had to have ready before even starting. Yeah, if this helped you press record and get your first video out there, please let me know in the comments. It's always really nice just to hear some kind of feedback, and that's just the aim of all of this. Is I just really hope that you're not stuck like I was, and for too long, because I really would have wanted someone to have said these kind of things when I was a beginner. I hope this has really encouraged you and just shown you that you can do it, and just try not to overthink everything. Just get it out there and just record your first video. But as always, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video.